Hi, Addy. Welcome to lesson number 77. Today's lesson is going to be super fun because we are going to be looking for hidden information. So we're going to be finding unstated information in fraction problems. And that is really fun. It's kind of like solving a little mystery. Super fun way of doing math. So for the first part, though, we are going to do your facts practice test. And this one's a little tricky. It's linear measurements, and you're going to be comparing millimeters, centimeters, meters, and then inches and miles and things like that. Don't worry if you don't get them all right. We're going to be doing this one over and over, and pretty soon it will start sticking in your brain whether you want it to or not. Okay, so just get it out and do the best you can. It's okay. I know you didn't finish it last time, but it's okay. We're just learning as we go, okay? So get that out. Make sure you have a pencil, and you are going to have 5 minutes to do it. Ready, set, go. You're doing awesome, Addy. Keep going. You have about a minute left. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Good job, Addy. All right, now we're going to go back to the lesson, okay? And we are going to be finding unstated information in fraction problems. But first, did you hear about the guy who cut off the left side of his body? He's all right now. Get it? He's all right now because he cut off the left side of his body. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's do the rest of mental math, okay? And we're going to look at some, you know I love to count exercises, right? So this little guy, he's going to be exercising on the treadmill while we do this. Check him out. Look how he's exercising. That is one lazy dog. All right, so we're going to count up and down by 1/8, between 1/8 and 2, okay? And this ruler is going to help us do it, okay? Let's see if we can do it. So 0, 1/8, 1/4, 3/8, 1/2, 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, 1. 1 and 1/8, 1 and 1/4, 1 and 3/8, 1 and 1/2, 1 and 5/8, 1 and 3/4, 1 and 7/8, 2. Now we got to count down. We'll start with 2, 1 and 7/8, 1 and 3/4, 1 and 5/8, 1 and 1/2, 1 and 3/8, 1 and 1/4, 1 and 1/8, 1, 7/8, 3/4, 5/8, 1/2, 3/8, 1/4, 1/8, and 0. How did I do? Did I mess up anywhere along the way? Let me know if I did, okay? Let's do the rest of mental math. That cow. It's so funny. Okay, don't look at the cow. Let's do the mental math. What is 311 times 5? Write your answer. Okay. B, what is 565 minus 250? For me, I kind of have to do it like move it down so I can see it in my mind. Okay, how about C? What is 5 times $1.99? 5 times $1.99. Okay, how about D? D is $7.50 plus $1.99. I would maybe add $2. $7.50 plus 2 is $9.50, and then realize that I added a little too much and I'm going to have to subtract a penny, right? E, what if we double 80 cents? What is double 80 cents? F, what is 6.5 divided by 100? We're definitely going to have to move that decimal, huh? 6.5 divided by 100. Okay, G, this is a long one. Ready? We're going to start with 10 times 10. That's the number we're going to start with. Multiply by 10. Subtract 1. Divide by 9. Subtract 11. And divide by 10. All right, for H, Happy Hands Club, we are going to hold our hands 1 meter apart and then 1 yard apart. Are we going to go bigger to smaller or smaller to bigger? All righty, Houston, we have another problem. This is problem solving. Now, here's what it says. It says Jill read an average of 45 pages a day for 4 days. So that doesn't mean that she read exactly 45 pages every day, but it just means she read an average of 45 pages over 4 days. If she read a total of 123 pages during the first 3 days, how many pages did she read on the 4th day? Okay, so she had 4 days to do some reading. 1, 2, 3. And we know that over the first 3 days, if we add those together, I'm going to have to spread them apart a little. Add them together and then divide by 3. Oh, no. No, I don't want to do that. I want to just add them together and you get 123. So you have 123 plus another day that we don't know what it is, plus x you could say, divided by 4, and the average that you get is 45. So how do you solve that? This is definitely some algebra. I'll let you do your best on it, but let me know if you don't know how to do this problem, and we'll go over it when I get home for sure, okay? Because this is algebra. This is the stuff Zach's doing. All right, let's go over a new concept. The new concept says there are statements, like there are open fractional part statements that actually give you more information than what they say exactly, than what they say directly. So look at this fractional part statement, okay? It says 3/4 of the 28 children at the park are boys. Okay, now that's the statement. 3/4 of the 28 children at the park are boys. Now, that gives us a lot of information. It gives us a fraction. The fraction is 3/4. It tells us that there's 28 kids at the park, and we know that 3/4 of the 28 kids are boys. So that's a lot of information. But there's also a bunch of information that is indirect. Indirect. I'm going to write that word. Indirect. That means they didn't exactly tell you, but they kind of, you could figure out like how many girls are at the park. You could figure it out because they kind of told you indirectly. Like they didn't tell you directly, but you could figure it out. So let's go over this example and see how many questions we can actually answer just from the information they gave us. Okay? So let's do example A. Into how many parts is the group of children divided? So they told you there's 28 kids at the park. 3/4 of them are boys. So what do we assume that the rest are? The rest are going to be girls, right? So it's divided into 2 parts. There's the boys and there's the girls. Okay? And then it says, let's do B. How many children are in each part? Okay, so one way to do this is to draw it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase this picture because you don't need that. And let's draw some, like what they told us. I'm going to draw a big rectangle. Okay, good. It fixed it for me. Huh. Okay. Now, it was divided into two parts, a girl part and a boy part. But it says that 3/4 are boys. So, so it's actually divided into 4 parts because it says 3/4 are boys. Okay, I get it now. So 3/4 of the 28 children at the park are boys. So let's divide it into 4 parts. So let's divide it like this. That's divided in half. And now I'm going to divide each one in half again. Now each of these has, now the whole thing is divided into 4 parts. So how many parts is the group of children divided? Okay, I'm sorry if I messed you up, Addy, but what they really want to know is if you were to draw it out, how many parts is the group divided into? And so to do that, and to answer that, look at the fraction that they tell you. Look at the fraction. And the denominator of that fraction, that bottom number, this bottom number right here, is the answer to that first question. It's divided into 4 parts. Okay. Whew, that was harder than it needed to be. Okay, so now I'm going to erase this because we figured that one out. And I'm going to bring up question B. All right, the next question is, how many children are in each part? Okay, so let's look at the picture that we drew. Here's the picture that we drew. Now it's divided into 4 parts. We know that all of them together are the 28 kids. So if you divide 28 evenly into 4 pieces, how many kids are in each part? So it's 28 total kids divided by 4 parts. And what do you get for that? 28 divided by 4 is 7 kids. So do you see how I did that? How many children are in each part? So the 4 parts, the denominator, it's going to assume that they're equal parts. Okay? So it's telling you step by step how to figure out problems like these. So I'm going to write, let's write 7 kids in each part. 7 kids in this one, 7 kids here. You could put 7 children and 7 kids here. All right, so we figured that one out. How many children are in each part? It's going to be 7. And the way you figure that out is the total number divided by how many pieces it was divided into. Let's look at the next question and bring that up. How many parts of the group are boys? Okay, how many parts are boys? So it tells us in the problem, 3/4 of the 28 children are boys. So we divided this into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. It says 3 out of the 4 are boys. So I'm going to color those in blue. So this is a boy's part. This is a boy. This part is boys. And then the last one, I'm going to make it pink because it is girls. Okay? So 3/4 are boys. So 3/4 are boys. And so if 3/4 are boys, can we figure out how many boys there are? It's going to be 7 times 3 because there are 3 groups of 7 kids that are boys. 7 times 3, that means there's 21 boys. Cool, so we figured that out, right? Just from what they told us. Okay, cool, we figured that out. I'm going to erase this one now, and I'm going to bring up the next question. Oh, I erased the L. Okay, let's bring up this question. How many boys are at the park? Didn't I just figure that out? Oh, they wanted to know how many parts were boys on the last one. And there were 3 parts that are boys. They just wanted 1, 2, 3. And now it says how many boys are at the park, and we figured that out. 7 times 3 is 21. Okay, so we already did that. So let's go on to the next question. How many parts are girls? Okay, so I'll get this part right. How many parts are girls? So we already colored in one part that was girls. It's the pink part is girls because 3/4 were boys, 1/4 are girls. So how many parts are girls? The answer is one part out of 4. So 1 out of 4 parts. Okay, sweet. So now we solved that one, easy peasy. I bet it's gonna ask how many girls are at the park. Yep, so let's figure that out. How many girls are at the park? Well, easy peasy because we've got our diagram. All right, so only one part is girls. So that means out of 28 kids, 7 kids are girls. You don't even have to do any math because it's just 7 kids times one part. So there's 7 girls at the park. Easy. All right, and that's all there is to this problem. Oh, and look at that. I had it all out down here. Okay, that's all right. We're done. Hey, by the way, have you heard the rumor about butter? Never mind. I won't spread it. I don't want to spread it. Get it? I don't want to spread the butter. All right. Have fun, Addy, doing your math homework. Good luck with it. Have a great day. Love ya. Bye.